Whether you're a business owner, a social media manager, or an influencer, it seems like we are all expected to be content creators nowadays. And I know that content creation isn't a skill that necessarily comes super naturally to everyone. So today I want to share my top 5 tools that I use to go from this to this super easily. I love these things. They really, really help me make good content. The first tool I want to talk about is TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is really where the ideas come from. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that is free. There's a free plan. You start typing in your idea, your keyword, your key phrase, your title of the video that you want to create. Type it into the search bar, and it's going to bring up what's called a search explorer on the right-hand side of the screen. And it'll give you kind of a ranking for that term. It'll tell you if it's good, if it's bad, if it's highly searched, if there's not a ton of search volume, if it's very competitive, and so on. And I use this specifically for YouTube, yes, but I also kind of use it as just a general SEO assistant, if you will. I don't really use a ton of fancy SEO tools when it comes to blogs or podcast content or even short form social content. But I know that when I'm putting something into TubeBuddy, if it's doing well on there, generally speaking, I'm going to assume that it's doing well elsewhere on the web as well. So let's go ahead and think of a keyword or title that we might want to call our next video. So I'll go ahead and say freelance tips. Let's just keep it pretty general here. Well, we're going to go ahead and look at our TubeBuddy search explorer here in the top right and see that this is not really a great score. Why? Well, it looks like the search volume is pretty low. Not a lot of people are searching for this particular term. And there's also a moderate amount of competition, meaning that there's already a lot of videos called freelance tips or something of that nature. So we're going to go ahead and refine this title until we get an overall score that's in the green. So maybe I might say 5 tips for freelance social media managers, right? Niche it down a little bit. Let's see how this one does. Oh, there's my face. That's pretty cool. All right. And this one is excellent. 100 out of 100. So it looks like there's a good amount of search volume and not a ton of competition. We could also play around with it a little bit more. Maybe I want to do 5 freelance tips for 2023. That's always another good way to kind of like refine it a little bit. And how's this one? How's this one? How's this one? Also excellent. So you can kind of use this as a brief guide. Now, another thing I like to do sometimes is if you click on the video that is ranking where you want to be ranking, TubeBuddy has this thing called Videolytics, and this gives us some information about what this creator or this business has used. So it shows us their tags that they used. It gives us some, info about their videos, their subscribers, their views, all that stuff. So we can kind of benchmark against them, which I find to be really helpful, particularly if you see one creator really dominating the space that you want to be in. Check out their Videolytics, see what tags and things like that they're using, and maybe you can borrow some of those ideas for your own content. A little sneaky tip there. Before I get into the rest of the tools, I want to talk about another tool that I do really love. Once you have a good community built up and you want to actually start monetizing some of your content, the tool is called Uscreen. I'm actually building a Uscreen membership currently. I am so excited to share it with you. I'll share a little bit more about the process as I get into launching it, and I will, of course, welcome you all to join once it's up and ready to go. Uscreen basically enables you to monetize your video content and build a community around it as well. The cool thing about this is for my audience, it's a great way to connect with me and with each other. And for me, it's a great way to build recurring revenue. This is really important when you're a content creator. Months can go up and down, right? Some months you get a lot of brand deals, you get really good ad revenue. Other months, not so much. So having some type of recurring revenue, some type of subscription model is a great way to kind of keep the lights on and really keep your business afloat, especially during some of those slower months. So Uscreen allows you to launch a paid membership complete with your own mobile apps, as well as TV apps like Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV, which has a Netflix-like look and feel. You're looking at some examples on the screen here of other people's live sites, which are really cool. In addition to creating those member exclusive videos, I'm really excited about the community feature so I can host challenges, chat with my audience, host events, and so much more. Uscreen also has private live streaming capabilities, which I'm excited to use, and the ability to send push notifications to your members. This will help you grab their attention wherever they are throughout the day. And since this all lives in your own branded mobile apps, your membership is in their pockets. So huge thanks to Uscreen for working with me on today's video. I'm going to leave a link to them below if you want to check it out and explore creating your own membership. Be sure to let them know that Latasha sent you. Okay, the next content creation tool that I absolutely love, this is like one of the coolest things that I found over the past couple years. It's an app called BigVoo. Now, BigVoo, you can use it on your iPad, on your iPhone, even on your computer, actually, I realized recently. And it is essentially a teleprompter app, which is really nice because I have a big clunky teleprompter that I use when I script out my content, but it's a pain. It's a pain to set up. It's like way too big of a deal for 99% of things that I do. Plus it's, expensive to get all that equipment and everything set up. BigVoo is a teleprompter in your pocket. It's amazing. You load up your scripts and you can do this on your computer if you want to. What I really like is that they're connected. So I can load up my script on my computer and then I put BigVoo on my iPhone or iPad and it scrolls past and records in one. So you use your phone's camera, the BigVoo camera, and then it's gonna put the teleprompter over top of like your normal viewfinder, what you're normally looking at. It's really, really cool. I recently recorded some ad spots for a sponsor that they booked out like 4 sets of ads. So I just sat down for 20 minutes or however long it took me, and I read through all of those scripts so I could easily just insert those into the videos without having to remember the scripts and do all that stuff every single time. That can be really challenging. So I use it a lot for stuff like that. It can also be great if you do any type of educational content and you have a lot of facts and data and things like that you need to memorize. But it's a really good one if you do a lot of detailed content that you need to remember things for. My memory is not great. So we're going to go ahead and add a little fake script in here. Hi. This is a script. And you can do a couple of things. You can just save this and then open up your app on your phone or your iPad to record it there if you want to go out into the world and all of that stuff, or you can actually just do it on your computer. I'll show you what that looks like here. So I'm going to click on read and record, and you should see my webcam popping up, and we will make sure that our camera and mics are all set up appropriately and just click record. Hi. This is a script. Hello, script. Okay. Pretend we like that. And then it's going to go ahead and show us what that looks like. And not too bad. It really does look a lot better, I think, on a phone or an iPad because where the teleprompter is oriented is like right over the camera. So you really can't even tell that you're reading. So that's the option that I usually choose to go with. But just for demo's sake, I went ahead and recorded here. And then, of course, you can download the MP4 file. This will also just save into your little dashboard here. So you can always go ahead and find it later until you delete the original file. So super cool. I love it. Number 3 is Final Cut. Now, I get asked all the time about video editing programs, and there are a lot out there nowadays. I love a lot of them, right? Basically, once you learn how to use a non-linear video editor, which is what Final Cut is, which is what CapCut is, iMovie, you can kind of use them all. Adobe Premiere Pro, you can kind of use them all. So I think it really is up to personal preference. I do love Final Cut though, just because I think there are so many things that you can customize. You can make it just really your own a little bit more than like a CapCut or an iMovie or things like that. So Final Cut enables you to edit videos like this, like you're watching. One of my favorite tools in Final Cut is the ability to sync my audio to my video. So because I record my podcast for YouTube as well, I'm recording on my podcast setup here, which is a Rodecaster with my, fancy mic here. And then I'm recording my video separately. So I have to be able to sync those clips to be able to edit them together. Manual syncing is a nightmare. I did this before. I knew this was a feature in Final Cut. And when I think about all of the hours that I could have saved, it blows my mind. It really blows my mind. So that's one of my favorite features, absolutely. But I also love all of the different transitions and things like that you can use. I got this question on a video recently, so I'll share it here with you. I really like the plugins he's another YouTube creator. His name is Ryan Nangle. I bought all of my plugins from him, I think. Any extra plugins. And basically what a plugin is I can do something like this and add like this cool effect. I can do a cool transition like this. All of those are kind of extras that you can add on to your existing Final Cut, arsenal, if you will. So I love Ryan Nangle's, but you can buy them lots of different places. I just think the customization in Final Cut is like no other and really allows me to be creative. I can also edit my vertical videos in there. Lots of cool stuff. Final Cut is kind of a whole thing, like learning how to edit in this tool. It's easy once you get the gist of it. If you've edited in any other tool, you probably will learn it really easily, but there's not a great way for me to give you a micro lesson here outside of just knowing that you've got your basic cuts, which you're going to use Command B. If let's say that this was a mistake, I want to delete that out. That's all you do. And you can also drag your clips in and out if you just want to make little cuts that way. And then of course we've got our effects. So we can just drag those over top of our video. And these are all effects that I've personally installed and purchased myself, but it also Final Cut comes with its own, set of in-app, if you will, effects. So you can always just choose from those ones as well. And you can also, of course, go ahead and add your titles. Titles can really help make your video come alive as well. A lot to explore. Okay, this tool blew my mind. And you know that I'm not about like all the AI hype. Like I think a lot of people just put AI to like make it look cool and it doesn't really like do anything extra. Like that's my kind of conspiracy theory about tech nowadays. This is an AI tool that is actually amazing. It's called Cast Magic. I love it. It's so cool. Okay, so I'm a podcaster. I post my podcast on YouTube. What I can do using Cast Magic, go in there, link my live podcast. So the morning that it goes live, I link the YouTube link. I give Cast Magic a few minutes to do its thing, to kind of process and do its magic, right? And then it comes back to me with all of these different usable bits of text, bits of, little blurbs, things like that. Like, for example, it gives me discussion questions based off of the podcast. It gives me a little summary. It gives me timestamps so that I can actually post my transcript onto my website. It gives me social post ideas. It gives me so many things, all based off of my original transcript. And like I said, I'm a big believer in like choosing all my AI tools carefully. I don't want to steal other people's work and things like that. But what I like about Cast Magic is that it is repurposing my own work. So it feels good. Like usually what it spits out are things that I've actually said. They are based on my own original ideas. So I'm not having to go back and like fact check and be like, is that actually true? No, like I actually said it. It just maybe rearranged it in a little bit of a different way to make it a little bit more compelling for a reader or listener. So be sure to check it out. It's amazing. Wait, why am I a cow? Why is my icon a cow? Hold on. Okay, we got to change this. I want to be a fox. It's cuter. Anyway, here's our transcript. Nice and time-stamped. You can change this if you want to. You can also edit it if you want to. If we just wanted to get the transcript, we would be able to download our SRT files right here, which is pretty cool. But the AI content is really where the magic kind of is at. It's generating, so we'll give it a moment. And here we go. So it's giving us some titles, exploring the impact of Canada's Online News Act, TikTok, AI summaries on YouTube, dark side of social, a plastic surgeon's negligence unveiled through live streaming. Like, they're pretty cool. These are all things that I talked about throughout the video. So kind of interesting to see them, a little more SEO friendly, a little bit more compelling, written out that way. We've also got some keywords, and then we've got some intros. So if we wanted to, do a little intro on a blog or anything like that, we could copy that. We've got our timestamped overview. We've got our discussion questions. How do you feel about Elon's changes to Twitter? Are there any features that you wish Threads had? Like, these questions actually, just by skimming over them, look pretty good so far. We've got some key topics. And this is what I really love. It's the clip finder. So we've got all these different timestamps, which makes it really nice if we're going to create shorts like TikToks, Instagram Reels, etc. And, some of them may or may not be like I may not agree with, but a lot of them are some of the most interesting stories and some of the most interesting moments of the video kind of automatically timestamped for me. And yeah, we can easily use these as quotes or shorts or whatever we might want. Then there's some social posts. I really haven't used these ones quite as much. I'm not really into the whole like, hey, AI is going to make me a unique script. Like I'll just come up with my own script and my own LinkedIn post. But if you're really at a loss for words, these might be a good place to at least start. And the last tool I want to talk about is all of our favorites, right? I know you know about Canva already, but I want to share how I use it to really amplify my content creation abilities in particular. So we all know that you can create like cool presentations and cool graphics and things like that for your videos or to promote your videos. So that's amazing. Of course, I use it for that. But I also use it for animations. So I don't really know how to do animations. Like I've never really learned that. I'm sure I could figure it out, but for what I need, I'm saying I want like a little circle that circles something in my video or an interesting little graphic that says subscribe or something like that. I actually do that all in Canva, unless I need something super original and custom. They have come such a long way with their video and their animation features. And then I also use it for stock videos. So adding just a little bit of B-roll to your videos can really help with grabbing that viewer's attention. It gets really boring to just stare at my face for 10, 15 minutes. I totally understand that and do not take offense to it. So using their stock library has really helped me be able to just kind of like take my videos to the next level. It's super easy to do. I actually tested this out with a short form video recently, and it performed a lot better when I just added a little bit of stock video, a little bit of, action into the video. And it wasn't just this basic talking head video. So I definitely encourage you to check out Canva's stock features as well as their animations and help bring your videos to life a little bit more. Let's go ahead and create a video file. And what I like to do first is, number one, I'm going to make this background green, bright green. I'll show you why in a second. We're going to go up to elements and let's search for let's just see subscribe. Let's see what they've got going on here. And I am going to actually click on the graphics tab. And then on this little slider guy, whatever it's called, we're going to choose animated. And we've got all of these animated subscribe things here. Pretty cool. So we can easily download any of these that we might like. Let's just say, I don't know, let's find one that we like. Let's see if there's any. Oh, here's a more traditional YouTube style subscribe. So let's just say that we like this one. We're going to download our video because the reason I'm doing it green is because you cannot download a transparent video. That's not really an option in Canva. So what we're going to have to do is key out the green. We're treating this as a green screen video, and I'll show you how to do that in Final Cut in a second. You can do this for anything really. If we wanted to find an animated graphic of let's just say stars, that's fun. So boom, now we can easily download these and add these fun little accents to a video. Again, I'll download this and show you an example of what that looks like in a second. All right, a little bit meta because I'm editing the video that you're currently watching, but we're gonna go ahead and pull in these graphics that we'd like to appear in our video. And this part is really simple. If you're in Final Cut, I don't really know, you're gonna have to look into how to key out green on your video editor of choice. But if you're in Final Cut, you just go right here, which is your effects tab. You look at all effects and look for, in the newer versions of Final Cut, it's called green keyer. If you're in an older version of Final Cut, it's just called keyer. So we're gonna drag this over to our videos, our little animations here, and boom, there we go. We've got our animated graphic that we can then move, reorient if we want this. Let's just put this over the black. It shows up a little bit brighter and bolder over there. Boom, boom, boom. And now we've got a fun little accent. I don't know. I mean, you could use this over words. You can use this over whatever. How cute, right? And then same thing for the subscribe button. We can move this, make it a little smaller. Let's pretend it's the end of the video. I'm saying, hey, bidding you adieu. Thanks so much for watching. be sure to subscribe. There we go. So really easy way to make animations in Canva without having to know how to be an animator. I certainly am not. Okay, so those are my top 5 content creation tools. They've really helped me. These are the ones that I reach for week after week to produce my video podcast and my regular YouTube videos. Let me know in the comments if you're going to be trying any of these, if you already used any of these. And again, huge thanks to Uscreen for working with me on today's video. Can't wait to show you my Uscreen site once it goes live. I'm super excited about it. And if you also are a content creator who is looking to monetize your videos, build recurring revenue, be sure to check them out. I'll leave a link to Uscreen as well as all the other tools that I mentioned down in the description box. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.